Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Hefa,
D.
And I'm SmileyJizzle. And
and this is Get Lifted, and we have the metallic butt buster.
Come on, man.
yo,
No Diddy. Because he was busting a lot of booty, allegedly. And
Okay.
breaking jaws, too.
Oh, don't be biting me. Oh.
How's everybody's weekend?
It's good so far.
The weekend over.
Cat crashing out.
Cat crashing out. I poked him in his ear by mistake. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Dala.
She didn't just bite
She's
you.
like, I don't like that. She ain't bite me hard though.
But she let you know.
Yeah, she let me know.
She like,
I mean, my weekend is a lot better than some other people.
These are
Considering
wrong.
what's been going on, some crazy stuff
What
was
you
going
eating
on.
on?
Oh, the
Mamba.
fake Starburst.
True.
That's the
And spicy lime
What?
chicharrones.
He was doing so good, E.
It was
What's
just
that?
one day. I'm not like,
I feel you.
what's that
I
place?
still got-
Seatown. That's the Seatown Starburst.
it ain't even come from seafood.
Nah, but it's Spanish.
Mama. Number 5.
Salsa dancing.
Yo, whatever happened to that guy?
It's a better place.
I know a place.
Remember you could go viral off of one song, and then you just be good off that one song.
Yeah.
No, you gotta follow up. You might be good for a time.
Yeah.
But if you don't got no real talent and you don't follow up, people gonna forget about you.
That's true. But I felt like back in the days, it was easier to just have one.
It was a lot of one hit wonders.
And you could still, because remember the Afro Man dude? I only remember him from
He only made one song and he probably
Nah, he
broke.
made a whole album, but nobody fuck with that shit. So
he got his own lane. Like
yeah,
like
he still perform.
it's a lot of artists that just like they have their
He
own fan
making
base.
probably a regular
People stick with
money,
them.
like a normal person.
Yeah, I mean,
how
you
many
don't
people
make-
like that song.
You could still cater to your fan base. And they might buy merch, they might buy t-shirts that got your
100%.
stuff on it.
I feel like it's harder to do that now because, you know, there's
it's people that's not talented making so much money.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's like
too.
it's all about marketing.
Yeah, that's true too.
People want to
You
spend
gotta
their
have
money.
money
That's
to
what you
do
gotta
that.
think about.
If you washed up and you broke,
It take money to make money, but I'm just saying, like, it don't take much if you got an idea.
It doesn't take much.
Never too much, never too much.
The hardest part is starting, finishing.
Well, I just got a lot to dissect this week. We're gonna talk about Gene Deal and how he knocked out allegedly knocked out
What's
a
up, y'all?
YouTuber
Hello,
outside.
everybody.
A YouTuber outside of the courthouse.
You guys play games? Yes, we definitely play games. I just got a new gaming system off TikTok. It's an emulator. I don't know if I should be saying that.
I play Marvel Future Fight.
What's that?
It's a mobile game. I'm into the mobile game.
Okay, ain't mad at that.
I'm about to get into Sims on PC. I used to play it.
Sims is too life consuming.
It is, but
It's like time
I'm gonna add it in there as
Oh,
like
okay.
a you know, a decompression point in my life.
I hear you.
You need something. You need vices. Like this Marvel Future Fight game, like it's pretty good. Sometimes I get to.
What happened with Kanye West and James Harden?
What happened with
They
I
got
don't know.
beef now.
Somebody Oh, you're saying it looked like Kanye West and James Harden.
Oh,
I was like, what happened
Yo.
to them? We was DeMarcus Cousins somebody else the other
oh yeah.
day. Shout out to the jokes, man.
Yeah, for real. Appreciate it.
The good ones we'll read. We ain't reading the bad ones. But I like that one. They said DeMarcus Cousin and Kawhi. That one was a good one. Whoever said that, shout out to
At
you,
least
bro.
niggas got rings, nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they definitely got rings.
Don't be giving me no Knicks.
Wait, James Harden got rings? I don't know, James.
Well, not James Harden, Kawhi Leonard. You said right?
Yeah,
Kawhi
sure.
Leonard and DeMarcus Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousin, yeah. So what it is, y'all? What we talk about today?
Yo, we could just kick it off with the teacher.
Teacher.
Okay,
wildin'.
so I got this clip. Charlamagne made this lady donkey of the day because she wildin'. So I'm gonna play this clip.
Make sure you speed up the playback speed.
Oh, you showing me love now?
Well, it's a news report. It's not.
Sorry, here.
It's the actual.
I ain't really supposed to go in your ear. Yeah, she was just real good, kitty. The pokey in your ear, kitty.
This teacher gave alcohol. A teacher from Alabama, Tracy, 56 years old, was charged with aggravated child abuse because
$1,000 bond for Mobile County Public School teacher accused of giving a drink containing ethanol to a 4-year-old student. The Collins Road Elementary School student was rushed to the hospital back in April, where doctors say she had a blood alcohol content level of 0.28. The judge ordering the defendant, Tracy,
So nobody else
to
saw the
submit to a
kid
drug and
getting
alcohol
drunk?
test as a condition of her bond. Her attorney asked the judge for a reasonable bond and argued that she's an achieved 10-year employee with a master's degree from the University of South Alabama with no criminal history.
Bro, I don't care.
It's not a PhD.
She has been placed on administrative leave.
We smoke a different strain. I'm on Gary Payton. I don't know what y'all smoking is.
Wedding cake.
Wedding cake. Oh, wedding cake, one of my favorites. Yeah, that's top 3.
And this is strawberry shortcake.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So what do you guys think about that? What would you do if you trusted your child with the bring to go to school, that they were gonna be safe while you're at work or doing what you need to do, and then they have to be rushed to the hospital for poisoning because a teacher gave them jello shots with ethanol in it.
Oh wow. Crash out probably.
Going to jail.
Yeah,
like
going to jail now.
I guess, cause like that's crazy. Like I guess like a lot of these situations that happen with kids, and then the law got to get involved. A lot of times people make a citizen's arrest, I guess you could say.
Yeah, which you're not supposed to, because
we're not supposed to do that.
That's some emotional shit.
Yo, what was the question that we asked before? Yeah. If like a serial deleter was like on the prowl, and you have your license to carry a firearm, and you encounter this person and you take that person out, are you going down?
Yeah. In Connecticut, I don't know.
No, I'm talking about period in life.
In life?
What was the question?
If you unalive, remember we was talking about in the car, if you unalive somebody that's a serial unaliver, how much trouble would you get in, basically?
If let's just say it's not premeditated. You know,
and this person,
this just happens. You happen to have your firearm. You notice the signs that this person may be of harm to you or someone else, and you react.
We don't live in a self-defense state, so they have to prove that you really were just defending yourself. And even if
this is a person that's of deadly consequence.
Even if the person was a serial killer, depending on how it went down when it happened, like if they started running because you got the best of them and they tried to run and you shot them in the back or something, you could still get in trouble. Like, yeah, they're a serial unaliver, but you still can't unalive someone. And we don't have a self defense. We don't live in a self defense state anyway. So that even if it was self defense, you still gonna get arrested because they gotta prove that you were defending yourself. So you gotta go to trial and all that.
Right.
Happy Sunday. Thank you for tuning in. How you doing, Drake? Hit the like button, y'all. Please. Thank you for watching.
Drake.
How do you respond or try to win a girl that says I don't need a man? Don't.
Yeah, you don't never want somebody who doesn't want you.
If she says she don't need a man, why are you gonna try to make her?
Yeah,
need
you know what I'm saying? You don't never want somebody that don't want
You
you.
definitely like with women like real like I know like I don't know if Erika gonna agree with this, but with women I would say definitely find someone that wants you more than you want them. And build off of that and humble yourself. Like if you find a girl that's fire, like say she may be like a 8, a 9, you know what I mean, something like that. And she cool, she a bookworm, but she don't know her potential. And you start dealing with her and she really likes you so much because you the cool guy, you got the motorcycle with the Bluetooth helmet, you know what I mean? You an awesome dude. And she sees that and she wants to be a part of your team. And you like be trying to push her off, but she clean, keep her, yo. She a good woman. She's not bad. Now there might be some annoying things about her or whatever, but everybody's annoying, from time to time. So like with that being said, there's some things that you would be able to deal with, some things that you won't be able to deal with. Just set up your boundaries and be transparent and let them know what you want up front. And a lot of times, even if she do want you more than you want her, she's gonna treat you a certain type of way where it won't be hard for you to really like her. You know what I mean? So.
Nah, I'm not a football fan. What about you, bro?
Huh?
Are you a football fan?
Of course, yeah. Dallas Cowboys all day. DC 4L. Yeah.
What about you?
What about you?
Football fan.
Football.
Oh no, I don't like really watch sports. I have seen games here and there, football and basketball. I prefer.
Damn straight,
watch,
David.
I prefer to watch basketball if I do.
Thank you for tuning in, bro.
I'm not an addict. An addict means that you're dependent on it. I just like to smoke.
No, I'm dependent.
I don't need to.
I'm dependent on the feeling that it gets me feeling. I would rather feel like that than feel like shit. Feel like I'm a robot and I have to just wake up and do everything by the book and I don't like that. I feel like weed is my escape.
I mean, let's be real, people. Like we all have our vices. We all have things that we like to do. Maybe things that we probably do that other people don't know that we do it. That maybe kind of we might be a little ashamed of it that we do it. Like let's be real. Like everybody got little things they like to do.
But I feel like we're all grown though. So
we are. I mean,
if our parents know that we smoke,
but it's not even about allowance or somebody shunning you being able to do it. This is about you being able to support your habit and still conducting yourself as a productive part of society.
Mm-hmm.
I add value to my life. I add value to other people's life. So I smoke a J from time to time, and I'm sure that Warren Buffett from time to time has a glass of scotch. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with you having your vices as long as you keep your eye on the prize and you continue to move forward. But don't let it consume you. Don't be an addict, like somebody so eloquently put it. No, don't be an addict. Always in moderation, and make sure that you can afford your vice.
Okay.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. I appreciate you. I love weed too, Jason.
Shout out to Jason.
Yo,
Shout out to India.
yo,
Love.
the teacher, right? Like I look at it like this: if a person, the bad thing about it is that it's always a person. When we see something like this, and we look at it from our perspective, when we be like, was they black or white? Like, let's not act like that's not an elephant in the room. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you always wanna consider that in America anyway. If you're in any other country, you probably don't even look at the color.
Mm-hmm.
But in America, yeah, that's something that we think about because we just know that no black person is gonna do this to another black person's kid. And if they do that, then there's something terribly wrong with them. How they slip through the cracks? How did they end up becoming a person, an advisor, a mentor,
Wasn't the lady
somebody that we entrust with our children?
black? Wasn't the lady black?
The person was black. The person that gave the children Jello shots was black, and she looked at like a straight up. Can I say crackhead on YouTube?
No, but you said it.
Joe Brown be saying
so
it.
you don't need to say it again.
That's
All right,
television.
my bad.
Different censorship.
I'm
But I see
gonna
that.
show you the picture of what she looked like, and she does look like she's on.
It was terrible,
Yeah,
yo.
we seen
It's
it.
terrible to hear stuff like that, yo. Like I don't even know. Like I'm a man of culture.
All they see is an ink stain.
No, you can see it.
Nah, we can see it. We can see it. All right, she looked like Tracy Chapman.
Yo,
Like,
not Tracy Chapman.
I done gave these kids a jealous shot. Now I'm looking for a job and all I got. Shit.
You gotta relax. That's wild.
We are entertainers, ladies and gentlemen.
So can we talk about the whole Nip situation? Cause
I don't even know about that. Wait, so what's the Nip situation?
So long story short.
Please say the whole thing.
Yeah, long story short, there's a video that surfaced where Nip, Lauren London, Cassie, and Diddy were all in the studio, and I guess Nipsey Hussle was giving dap and clapping to the music because it was an exciting time, like, and Diddy was kind of making little side references like, I wouldn't clap type shit, like, trying to make little side gestures, and then like right after that, he goes, I'm funny Nunu, or no, what's her name? I'm funny Lauren. And I'm like, why is he talking to his, like, cause that's Dip's girl at the time. So why is he saying, you know what I mean? Like, type of relationship y'all got. So I guess Nip must have peeped it and he was like, nah, everybody clap. We gonna be clapping all night. Fixed his hat, fixed his brim, cause he knew what it was. You could feel the energy, like the energy just shifted from happy to, oh, this nigga trying to play me type shit. You see what I'm saying? And then he was like, nah, everybody clap. And then he was like, Lauren, clap it up for me. And then she was like, she started going to say, woo, clapping and shit. And then you peek Cassie in the video. She kind of like, she said woo, but she didn't clap. And then like when the camera panned out to her, like she kind of ducked her head in shame and shit. And I was like, damn, yo, even back then, Diddy was a menace, yo. Like he literally was, like he tried it in front of that man girl. This is like, Lauren, that's funny to you? Like that would have been, that's crazy. That's like, that's.
What would you do if somebody said, "Ask your girl, is that funny"?
I would have to handle it like Nip did in that situation. And basically I would have something to speak. I would definitely have words with my girl after. I'm like, what was that all about? What type of like you like funny shit, like that shit funny to you? You see what I'm saying? Now I gotta figure out if my girl is really my girl, and this is what's all being alleged now. They're trying to say that Lauren was messing with Diddy before, and Diddy kind of set him up with Lauren. So, whatever could have happened to him. We don't know. This all alleged. But one thing I think about is real is Nip's connection with Haile Selassie. Now, if y'all don't know, that's who the Rastas worship as like the recoming of Christ, basically, right? So Nip being related to that lineage, and it's kind of like
For those that don't know, Haile Selassie is an Ethiopian general
king.
King. He was a general of the army, but yeah, I guess he was a leader as well. Um, and yeah, so he's a military dude.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Please hit the like button if you haven't already.
Yeah, so basically, long story short, with that, where I was going with that is, wouldn't it be weird? Because we all heard about Diddy's voodoo connections and whatnot. Wouldn't it be weird?
Haile Selassie, HAILLE SALASSE, I believe.
But yeah, wouldn't it be weird if we found out that the reason why Diddy might have had something to do with him is because he knew that information, and it was like some type of sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. This is all alleged. I could be. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's good story talk.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? But that's crazy, man. Shout out to Nip for not letting Diddy play him on camera, because a lot of people wouldn't have said nothing. They would have just kind of shrugged it off. But he was like, nah, everybody clap. We gonna be clapping all night. Like, yeah, I respect that. But it's just like I was saying before, you gotta watch the company you keep. Cause now you getting invited, you know what I mean, to Diddy's situation, and you know what I mean? That might have been his downfall. I know, everybody talk about the hood politics, but
Yo, Fly crazy. Yo, what up, Fly? Yo, it's funny that you mentioned that.
Wait, what?
So there was an event, a revolt event that we had went to. Like,
who's we? What? I never heard this story.
Me and Fly, we went to New York to go to a revolt event.
Oh snap!
And you sat on his couch.
Oh snap!
Yo, be quiet, yo. Yo, moderator. Yo, moderator.
If you don't even know this,
I'm asking. That's what Fly wrote.
Nah, no, I'm reading it.
That's funny.
Nah, yo, the Diddy joint is crazy. Like, but we never saw Diddy. We just went. We didn't drink any waters. Nobody gave us any baby oil. Nobody touched us.
Nah, bro said he think you dozed off.
It was straight.
He said you woke up, bro.
That is not even funny.
Yo, that's crazy, yo. Yo, that's horrible. Yeah, don't fall asleep on Diddy couches, man. That's crazy.
Nah, but
that's why I say you gotta be careful. That's why you gotta be careful, bro.
Yeah.
Yo.
But yo, still speaking on these kids, like, yo, the other situation is crazy too.
This lady was on an airplane, and a kid. They didn't say how old the kid was or anything about his parents, but he called her Miss Piggy. And he called her the F word. I don't think you can say that, but it means big, the opposite of skinny.
You can't say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said, he called her Miss Piggy, and he was like, you can't even fit in one seat.
Damn.
Ha ha ha, whatever. So she punched him in the face, and then she threw a water bottle at him, and then she banged his head on the window.
But little did he know that little boy was strapped.
Oh my God. He took to the child story already.
Yo, that was a children's story.
Yo.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Where's the parent?
She got arrested, of course. She was charged.
Yo, it's 3 fucking seats in the plane, bro. Like, where you not sitting with your parent? Was this a spirit flight? What kind of flight? What's going on? What happened here, man?
They didn't mention anything about the parent.
That's
Wow.
terrible,
That's
yo.
crazy. That's crazy.
All the parents out there, man, if y'all got kids, man, y'all gonna let y'all kid fly on a flight and you sitting in a different seat other than with you, or you gonna be sitting, or you gonna pay the extra money to make sure that
and you know they're bad
is next to them, and you know they bad.
You know what it probably was? I ain't go front. Some parents aren't as tough as they should be about their children. Like, yeah, like we know some children is like about, like they'll talk crazy because they know their parents are gonna do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like in this situation, their parent was there and they ain't want to smoke.
You think that?
Yeah,
I don't think that.
I think your parent was there and they ain't want to smoke.
Yo, you be coming with the far-fetched ass shit, bro. Like, for real, cuz.
Oh, thank you, Portia.
Don't drop their name with it.
Why? She said, "What? You know what I mean? I gotta show love, man."
They funny. Nah, no, but
yes, a bad man. Me I do the thing then.
Oh damn, I'm high as fuck.
Don't get distracted, bro.
Nah, cause I'm high as fuck. I had a point at some point. Oh no, I'm saying like I was saying like that was far fetched because I'm like, okay, on a plane.
You alright?
Your parent on the plane with you.
Mm-hmm.
A lady in the seat. It's 3 seats in the damn flight.
Right.
She smashing your kid head up against the window, all that. You on the other side. What you doing right there? Like, you just like, get off my kid. Like, you know what I mean?
There. We don't know how
what parent is not like, bop, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Getting there, you know what I mean? Like, yo, get off my kid, headlocking him, like, whatever. Like, what? Like, I don't know, man.
A punk parent that doesn't, that lets their kid
I
get away with everything.
I don't believe it. And then everybody else on the plane too, just allowing that to go. Somebody gonna help them out. Like, it's not going down like that.
Some parents, that's what I'm saying. Some parents ain't about that life, Smiley. Some parents just not about that life. If you didn't hear they didn't do nothing, then they probably didn't do nothing. But, and especially if it was a black parent. You think if a black parent was involved and they hit that lady, that white lady, you think it would have been, you know what I'm saying? They would have probably spent it a whole different way. So that's what I'm saying.
But this was a white lady.
Yeah, the white lady was the aggressor, but they didn't show you the kid and they didn't show you the kid's parents. Right. So what I'm saying is, let's say it was a black kid and the black parent.
I mean, they already showed that they could call a black kid the N-word and get away with that. Right.
So, you know what I mean? It's not surprising. But all I'm saying is it made more sense that the parents were, they weren't with the confrontation.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta start. What's the name? Some of these comments. Shit, crazy.
You see?
Yeah,
I see it. Yo,
I think they appreciate
it's funny as
what
hell,
you're saying. You know, you should send us a message or privately if they want to respond to you.
I love to smoke. Like if you wanna cash app us, then I'll if you wanna troll, then we could do the back and forth. But you got to cash app for that because we do got topics and we do got stuff that we want to discuss. It is. It's up there. Okay. It's in the description. So check our cash apps in the description.
I'm saying
leave us a donation.
If she's interested, do you see what she wrote?
Yeah.
So you can
All our information is in the description below.
You know what I mean?
Our Instagram, so whoever you're talking about, Portia, you can.
To be honest, like we gonna look and address comments pertaining for the new people that's never been here before. You know what I mean? We gonna address every comment and all that. We don't care about no super chat, nothing like that. We gonna address it.
Most of the comments.
We gotta stay focused on what we talking about tonight, which is really about these kids. Like real shit. Like, I'm glad that everybody here, because it's important to understand that parenting is at a deficit. It sucks. Like, people, like, take some accountability. Like, we're raising demons. You know what I mean? We gotta cut this shit out. You know what I mean? Like, real shit. It's up to y'all to make sure that we have better Congress people. We have all of this, and for them to be black, we gotta try to step our game up. A lot of that shit happens at home, and the foundation of that is people making sure that they have a good relationship and stay together. You have a kid with somebody, that you want to have a kid with, and then build with that person. Don't give up. But I mean, it gets hard. It's not always gonna be perfect and shit. But everybody be, you know what I mean? They be doing too much, yo. You know what I mean? Like, and you have to make some sacrifices. You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do some shit you don't want to do. You know, you're gonna hate that shit, but you're gonna realize it's worth it because the person is doing shit for you that nobody else do for you. So you gotta appreciate that shit.
I think just having an emotional intelligence kind of kills this whole situation. It's like, you know, you don't want to get arrested. You know, you want to make it to wherever you gotta go. You just gonna have to take a little bit of, you know what I mean? It's a kid. You know what I'm saying? If you want to cuss the kid out, you can cuss the kid out. Just don't touch him. Just don't touch him. You know what I'm saying? Because if the kid's being disrespectful to you, like, you have every right to defend
Find their
yourself.
parents though.
Yeah.
Like, you know
but
what I
you
mean?
can't. I mean,
People
you know,
gotta stop. People gotta stop fucking. Like, we not in the old era where, you know, like back in the day, like it was a village and everybody in the community used to correct all the black kids and shit. It's not like that no more because you got people that go too far. So like, people not really like correcting people kids, and then kids is disrespectful, kids spitting on people, and you know what I mean, kids will attack you, you know what I mean, all types of shit. So you really got to be on guard. So it's like it's a double-edged sword with that shit.
Yeah, but that's why it's
just
like,
get the parents.
That's why I don't have the
get
time.
The parents or
let me tell
ignore
you,
the kid.
Let me tell you why I can't ignore it, because if the parent isn't there in the first place, then I know that's already a bad parent. So it's not like getting the parent is gonna be better. Like, if I feel like I can talk a kid out of whatever they're doing, then I'm gonna do that. But like, I think the where she messed up is her feelings got involved, and then she got physical, and it's like, that's not how you handle yourself. That's how it's the emotional intelligence to be like, all right, I know I can't hit this kid, or there's gonna be consequences. But if you're emotionally attached to it, oh, he called me fat, or they called me fat, and or big bone, excuse me, and you know what I mean? And now you crashing out over some trauma that you been had.
Big bone is not even real. People say
I
that,
understand, but
everybody's bones
I
are
just
the
wasn't
same
trying to say
size.
the
If
other
you look
word.
at a skeleton, they're just longer and tall. But
your femur's a little wider than
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo.
That's crazy. You can't win. You can't win.
Motherfuckers say anything, yo. But we been saying shit like that because it was a nicer way to say shit. Some motherfuckers is fat. Some motherfuckers need, you know what I mean? I just started working out, so I'm proud to say that. I just started working out. You know, we getting our shit together. We doing this shit every day. We doing legs and abs and back and arms and all that other shit, nigga. So we getting right, like, you know what I mean? Just for no reason. Not because
health, bro.
I mean, but we just doing it because we doing it. Like the whole thing is, every single time when you want to discipline yourself for something, you doing it because, all right, I got this long-term goal, and then you break from it. Now I'm like, yo, this just gotta be a routine. It's something that I have to do. I gotta brush my teeth every day. I gotta work out every day.
Okay.
That's it.
You doing it every day or doing it every other day?
Like, every day, and probably gonna take like one day out of the week off.
To rest. Okay. I ain't mad at that. Shit, it's gotta get
Facts. Routine is key.
That's a fact, though. It's so true.
But I don't know, that's crazy. If I don't have no kids, but if I did, nobody better not put their hands on them because
But your kid's not gonna be running up down on
yeah,
people.
and yeah, my kids
Yeah,
would be
that's crazy.
respectful.
Yeah,
I wouldn't allow them to say nothing like that to anyone,
Yeah,
let
Miss
alone
Piggy.
an
yeah,
adult.
exactly.
I'm just thinking about the age, because you talking about Muppets and shit.
What?
Miss Piggy, the Muppet.
Oh.
Like, why would you call somebody Miss Piggy? Like, is you call them, like, Miss Piggy is like,
Oh yeah, how would you know? Like, I had to
you
be
gotta be
of
from that
age.
era. So maybe the kid, like, 15 or something
Or maybe
like that.
not. Maybe their parents
Yeah,
were
their
of
parents
that
probably
and
told
they
them that.
got videos of it and they like
Probably,
that.
I don't know.
Some people
But that's,
play
like,
the
older
old,
to me. That
the
seems
old
older to me.
cartoons for their kids because
Yeah,
that's they
100%.
like.
Bree know about Miss Piggy and Kermit.
She know? Oh,
Yeah, she know.
that's crazy. Yo, kids are mean, yeah, too.
They vicious, bro. I be hearing some of
They
this
be telling
stuff
the truth. That's
I
what
be
they
like, yo, I be trying to tell my little girl, like, yo, you better learn how to fight. Talking like that, you can't be joking like that. Like,
What she be
she's
cutting on?
yeah, she's getting better.
Well, that's why
like,
she was laughing too when I told you when I was talking about it in the car. When I said Miss Piggy,
she know, yeah, she know, yo. This internet is crazy, like.
Yo, would you check your the person that you fucking with? Would you check their phone?
Ooh, that's a good topic.
No, I don't do that.
You kept it short and sweet.
I've done it in the past, but I don't do that now because I feel like, excuse me, I feel like if I gotta do that, then that means I don't trust you. If I don't trust you, why are you with you? Why am I with you? If there's something that you're doing that I don't want you to do, I feel like I'm gonna find out eventually. I'm very intuitive. When people do things, sometimes they give off signals that they're guilty, and it may not be intentional. It may just be like your body language, your nerve, or I can tell that you're lying because I know you. Or even if you don't know someone that well, you can tell if they're lying by body language and their expression.
Right.
So when you ask them certain things, some people smirk when they lie. Some people can't. A lot of people can't lie with a straight face. They can't give you eye contact. They're stuttering. You gotta think about it. You forgot what you said. If that's what you really did, you don't gotta. So it'll come out. Is the point that I'm making. So I don't need to do that.
Me personally, I look at it like this: if you accuse me of not trusting me, you know what I mean? If there's just no trust from you, and you feel like, all right, let me go through your phone, I feel like you're doing something first, because I feel like that guilt comes from like I don't want to be the fucked up person in this situation, so it's like I'm gonna go through their phone to make sure that I'm not wrong of a person.
But like whatever, I feel
hilarious.
like at a certain point you should be able to pick up on that. Like I can notice like if someone like the quick story in relationship. Since you said I'm a walking lie detector, there was this girl that I met through a family member. We were all out to eat, and then she was very nervous. She didn't want to eat anything, and then I was looking at her like she wouldn't look at anybody. She wouldn't make eye contact, like, and she kept playing with her nails or biting her nails, like she seemed nervous or anxious or something. So then I go, and this was years ago. Then she goes to smoke a cigarette, and I asked her, could I have one? But I really was just trying to see what's wrong, because I could tell there was something about her, something that was bothering her, or something that she'd been through from her, the way she was acting. And so um, I don't know what I said to her, but I said something like to initiate the conversation about it. And then she began to tell me about abuse and things that had going on in her life, and and now she has a child, and I was explaining to her. I gave her contact information for a therapist that I had been going to see at the time, and I gave her a hug. She started crying because she was like broke down. She was telling me everything. So
That was a good one.
What is happening?
Nah,
Two
go ahead,
cryptologists.
ahead.
Yo, I say it when they funny, yo. That's funny. Two cryptozoologists. Yo. Oh man, but yeah, man. What were you talking
But
about?
yeah, I helped her. I was able to tell that.
Oh, going through
Well,
the
I
phone.
don't know if I helped because I don't know whatever happened or if
Mm-hmm.
how she's doing or whatever. But the point is, I'm very intuitive. I was able to pick up on that.
Yeah, but like she said, she's very intuitive. I feel like it's intuition to know that if somebody accuses you of something, they're probably doing it too. You see what I'm saying? And I really think that's like 99% of the time. Like, yeah, there's that 1% that she just isn't used to fidelity from men. So because she's not used to it, she doesn't believe it, and she has to do things to prove it because nothing is coming out the obvious. So once nothing comes out the obvious, but maybe she feels like, you know what I mean? Because women do have intuition, and they be feeling like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? And sometimes even what if E is saying is true, they could be wrong. They could think he's cheating, and because they think he's cheating, because they have that thought, they treat him like he's cheated already. You see what I'm saying? Because in their mind, it happened. Like you just didn't catch him in the act.
Why do you think guys don't want to check women's phones? Because we know we got some wild shit in our phone.
Because we're confident in our relationship. We're
I just
secure.
feel like from a boundary
We're
standpoint, I
secure.
think even though you're in a relationship, there should be some types of boundaries. You might have conversations with your friends on your phone or family members that are private. And if someone's looking at your phone, then they might see things that they shouldn't see. That wasn't meant for them to see. Not necessarily on a cheating level. That's not the only reason.
So
Like,
men have more boundaries than women. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying
Or
I
respect
don't
more
do
boundaries
that.
than
I don't.
I
look
know,
at
but I'm
phones.
just saying in general. Because you said that you think it's all about boundaries, and he said like, why do you think men don't really like trip basically?
Right.
So I'm just putting both of y'all answers together because
Right.
it's boundaries. Like
Right,
men
right,
respect boundaries more than women.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so they,
You know what I'm saying?
or I don't
That
think it
sounds
really
crazy.
matters to them that much.
But
If
it
they
sounds,
trust you,
right.
unless they
Sounds
think
like a double standard.
unless they think you're doing
Right.
something, they're probably, and even in that case, they probably still wouldn't look at your phone, depending on the guy. Some guys will do that, but most men are probably not gonna do that because that's not something that would occur.
I think
that
we're
they're
all
gonna do.
curious. Like we all when everything is good, we all believe that it's too good to be true. Like put it like this: like if you're a person that always like I'll talk about the bullshit that I'm doing. Like I'm doing some shit I ain't supposed to be doing. I'll talk about it. Like yeah, I'm fucking with this chick, man. I'm like, yo,
I don't feel like
what
lying.
you mean?
I'm not
What you
gonna
mean
lie.
fucking with this chick? Look, I'm just
Yeah.
letting you know. She go on my phone. I see her. I told you.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
you know what I
Like,
mean?
I told you before you
but-
went through my phone. Yeah.
But if let's just say I'm not doing anything, right?
Right.
And then you go to my phone and then you look like the fool in the shit. How like
You also
because of
look
the type of
suspicious,
person
though.
that I am, like should I just be like, you know what? Fuck you now. You know what I mean?
Nah, but she looks suspicious at least. At least to the point where like, okay, you
But
really felt like it was
I think
me.
it's growth. But I think it's growth because what we all just discussed just now about why looking at the phone. Like, yeah, I can consider it. Okay, maybe you had some trauma. You need to understand if my phone is out and you can access it, I know that there's nothing that you know what I mean. Because if I really felt that way, I would be more secure with my shit. I'll have my shit in my pocket.
Right.
I'll bring my shit with me everywhere I go. You know, that's the behavior that you have when you have something to hide. I don't clutch my phone. I'm not always on my phone.
Right.
You know what I mean? That type of shit.
I think you're more focusing on your mind state, though. I think there's a reason why everybody does whatever they do.
I agree with that.
So if there's a reason why everybody does whatever they do, the reason might
The reason might be in their head though. Sometimes.
You're right, but that's the problem about if you're saying that both people could lead, and the reason is in your head, that disqualifies you from a leadership position. Now, I'm just saying in general, for people that think that both genders could lead, it's like one gender typically, like we all agree, is more bound to go through your phone to try to find, not all women, because there are some exceptions, but more of each gender will be more prone to be suspicious because, like somebody in the comments said, that's a female trait, right? So what I'm saying is, if that person is the leader, that disqualifies you from being the leader because you're in your head making up stuff, and that is a detriment to everybody.
You should be focusing on the betterment of the relationship. You should be focusing on your part of what you're supposed to be doing in a relationship and yourself.
But that's
what
the
you
point.
doing on you. A man is usually gonna be focused on his career or whatever he got going on in his life or whatever. If he's secure in the relationship, he's not gonna be focused on.
But that's the point, because now you're saying a man should be focused on what's gonna better him in life. Now he caught a woman, or he's with a woman that is accusing him off of some shit that she just made up in her head.
But see,
that disqualifies her from being somebody who could be legitimately in your corner if she didn't have any evidence. If she just made it up in her head because she fucked with you so much, then her trauma is a detriment to your life. That's what I'm saying. So now you got to make that decision. Do I really want to keep messing with this girl, even if she's not cheating? If she's at that point where she can make something up in her head because she loves you so much and it's a detriment to your life, then is it a good idea to let's keep on toughing it out with her? She loves me. We'll be all right. Like, I don't know. But go ahead, say whatever you got to say.
I think that, like you said, people do things for whatever their reasons are. We don't know what those reasons are that people choose to do certain things. But we know that a lot of people are affected by past traumas that they haven't resolved yet.
Right.
A lot of people go into a situation knowing that people have certain issues or whatever, and they still deal with the shit. So when you go into the situation dealing with the shit and certain things happen, you have to accept that this comes with this fucking territory.
Right.
And one thing in particular,
is that settling?
Women are curious.
Is that settling though?
Settling for what?
Settling for her trauma that you have to deal with because she has some trauma.
I would say
she makes stuff up in her head.
I would say
and now you gotta deal with it.
Settling is dealing with anything that you're not comfortable dealing with.
Because like he said, not all women do it.
If you're dealing with something you're not comfortable dealing with, that's settling.
I mean, nobody's comfortable with dealing with somebody's trauma.
But if you're dealing with it,
nobody's comfortable.
If you're dealing with if you're dealing with it, if you're comfortable with dealing with it, then you're complacent. You're like, fuck it.
You're settling.
Right. So if you're comfortable with dealing with it, then that's on you.
Yeah. You could be comfortable with dealing with something that you settled for, correct?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's complacency.
So we're saying the same thing.
Yeah. But that's only in that situation. For that particular person, it doesn't really necessarily make it bad for everybody. It might be bad it might be because it might be good for them. It works for them. They're happy. To some point, they find happiness with that resolution or that sacrifice. There's different ways to sacrifice in a relationship. You can sacrifice by accepting that this person is never on time. And you want somebody that's always punctual, never fucking misses a fucking beat, never late. Every time you can always count on them, never ever make a mistake. If you get that person and there's something else that they don't do, does that damn, that they always on time, but they don't wear the right shoes for these occasions. You know what I mean? I feel like it's the same extreme. It's the same extreme.
That's petty.
It's the same extreme, yo. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, people people are gonna make mistakes or some shit. It's just like, what type of mistakes do you find worth working over?
Yo, they're wild in the cover. He said it's like a jungle sometimes. It make me wonder how I keep from going under.
Don't push me, cause
That is
I'm
the
close
joint
to
right there
the
too.
edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Ha 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 ha. He said that because he said free Diddy.
Oh, really? What do y'all think about Diddy being so connected in history, yo? With his pops being running with Frank Lucas and having, you know, his own drug thing going on. He was like a hustler too. I heard he was more than just a driver. He was, you know, he was
Just so you
involved.
know, I'm not saying free him. I'm just reading what you said. So if he's guilty, he's where he needs to be.
Yeah, Fly. He's connected to Frank Lucas. His dad was used to
I thought
run
it
with
was
him.
Nicky Barnes.
Nah, he was running with Frank Lucas. He was a driver for Frank Lucas. They was all coming up in around that same time though. Yeah, man. He was in a movie. Matter of fact, they play.
Yeah,
I think.
no, he played Nicky Barnes.
No. The dude, Sean.
No, Cuba Gooding Jr. played Nicky Barnes.
Sean. Yeah, exactly. Sean Combs. Diddy's what's the name? Diddy's dad was portrayed in the movie as the cousin that was the driver, the new cousin that was the driver.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, the Freddie was today, yo.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, for the people that don't know,
Freddie
it's
Fixer Parade.
a big thing in Connecticut, in New Haven, Connecticut, called the Freddie Fixer Parade. Well, it used to be a big thing in the 90s.
Yeah, it's not really big no more. I mean, people was out there, but it wasn't really. I ain't hear too much about it. They didn't shut down no
Yeah,
streets.
because for years people thought it was already that it had stopped. Because people didn't even know that it was still happening. Because it wasn't a lot of people. Yeah, usually something bad would happen.
That shit Mandela effect.
Or somebody getting an accident on a motorcycle or something. But I hope everybody was safe today that did attend the Freddie Fixer.
Yeah,
and I hope it went well and nobody got locked up or shot up.
For real.
Right.
Yo, for real, yo. Niggas.
Flyer said we never used to miss the Freddie. Yeah, it was the thing. You would get your outfit. You would get your outfit that you were gonna wear to the Freddie, and you would try to look fly because it was the thing. Like it was the place to be. Like you couldn't.
That shit was litty. I don't know. Everything. You know what? When you was a kid, everything was lit anyway. Because you couldn't really do shit. Now that you an adult, you got bills and shit like that. We were just talking about that the other day. Like, bills really make you fucking really think about, like, you don't want to do shit, but you owe it to yourself to still celebrate things that you've accomplished.
Right.
So you got to get to it. You have to accomplish shit. You know what I mean? But when you do, you got to celebrate those things, man, so that you keep going. So you give yourself motivation. Exactly. Give yourself motivation. A lot of people don't want to start their own business, complain about their boss. Like, imagine if you your own boss, how you gonna feel?
Right.
Dealing with people, like, sometimes you get people that you supposed to be getting.
So do you, House of David.
Huh?
Just continue. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like, sometimes you might get a client that wants you to do something for them, and you're supposed to do something that's gonna be a certain amount of money, $5,000, let's just say, right?
Rewarding yourself is fine, Dominique, but I just believe that you should do it within reason. A lot of people are spending money that they don't have. Like they're living paycheck to paycheck because their expenses are higher than their income, and it's by choice because a lot of things they're spending their money on are things that they don't need. They're never gonna get to a certain level financially if you're spending the money before you even make it.
You know, a lot of people now are reading the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. So,
Yeah, man.
which is an awesome book, by the way. Robert Kiyosaki, is that his name?
I don't know, but it is good.
But anyway, in this book, they tell you all the stuff like money don't grow on trees and all that stuff. All those things were things of the past, and that's not going to get you anywhere in life if financial freedom is the goal. And what people don't explain is that it's going to take sacrifice and it's going to take a lot of time before you reach that financial goal. So you're going to have to not do things that you probably would like to do, things that you enjoy for a period of time before you get to that point. Would you be able to stop doing all the stuff that you like to do for a whole year?
Yeah, sacrifice.
And that's the difference.
Sacrifice. Gotta do what you gotta do. I don't, but the bills I gotta do. Can't be walking around
You say
the
got
collar
mad
and
just
your baby.
Shout out Fly.
I agree, Dominique. Yo,
Because
you should reward yourself every paycheck. You should reward yourself, but don't go crazy with it. Like make it a budget or make it a percentage. Don't make it your whole thing. You know what I mean? Just take out a portion that you would probably use for like, little expenses anyway, like, gas, or you might like to get a drink or something like that. Instead of getting a drink, put that money to the side for something that you might want to use for a rainy day. Stack that up. Maybe one day you can get 2 drinks instead of getting 1 drink. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
What did Warren Buffett say? Don't buy it if you can't get it at least 10 times.
Yes.
There you go.
I just said that to somebody.
There you go.
There
you go.
I was like, yo, that's some game, right?
Because
But see, that's the whole idea. That's the whole
right
idea of investing in the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you invest in a stock, instead of you getting that one pair of Nikes, you have the whole stock. You could probably get shit when they go to the meetings and stuff and go pick up your own pair, like all different types of stuff that come with that.
Dominique said she had to skip out parties, trips, and holidays. Yeah, I have too, and it's gonna pay off if it hasn't already. Cause I don't know your position currently, but yeah, like you said, you gotta sacrifice. So that to get to your goal quicker, there are things that you're gonna have to limit, things that you like.
Like my cousin gave me a tidbit of information. She said if you want to get a business loan, like for like $100,000 or something like that, or 50,000, she said to open up a business account and keep at least $2,000 in that account for about 5 months straight. Like don't go under that amount for that period of time, and then apply for a loan. They're gonna look at how long you kept money in that account, you didn't spend it. They're gonna trust you, and then they're gonna probably give you an opportunity to invest. It might start small, but when you get the small amount, you build up over that. And small would be maybe 10 grand, maybe 15, just to see if you could try that. But it's still a good amount of money to start off with, and you can use that money to do a lot of stuff. Business wise, you know what I mean? Always think business, like, because a lot of times people will be like, well, I could use a little bit of this to get my kids some stuff for school. And no, don't do that. I'm telling you. Use it only for business stuff.
Or I could book a trip through my job.
No.
for my kids.
No. Don't do it. Some people is like, I know people that's entrepreneurs that quit their job
and
they're successful. They make over $100,000 a year, but they bust their ass when they did that. I'm telling you that you don't have to do that, but you still have to make a sacrifice.
And yeah, but if you do that, then you really gotta be sure that this is what you want to do.
Exactly.
You gotta grind, you gotta go hard.
You gotta know all the reasons why you could fail in business in order to know how you can succeed in business. Like you gotta know that most businesses fail within 3 to 5 years. You gotta know that you're probably gonna be making under $20,000 a year if you're just relying on that payment. If that, some of you're not even gonna be making that. You're gonna have to know that a lot of your money is gonna be spent on inventory and paying people and getting mentorships and all of that shit. And that's gonna be like a good year or 2 years of you doing that. That's the reality of it. All those little like promotions that you see on the internet, like it's ill because the people that's doing that know how to market off of the videos that they're putting out. So they're getting paid off of the videos. You buying the videos and telling other people to watch the videos and shit, they getting money off of that. They need to teach you how to do that. But if you really want to make money off of business, it's really a grind. Like, you really got to do that shit for real. Like, we've been running our business for like, we about to be 4 years in, man. Low key.
That shit.
Fly said, use my link and start investing. Fly, drop your link down in the chat.
That's a fact.
Is that a question, Error? Why are you asking us which one would we prefer? Error, why?
Damn, that's a tough one too.
What?
Gay son or
I
black
would
daughter?
prefer.
That's a question.
Well, you can't say.
I said it low. I didn't say it loud.
Well, the question that he asked was, would you rather your son be, have a child as a part of the
LGBT community or a 304?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Or a 304 daughter. Because the son is different. They wouldn't care about that.
Do they have to die that?
What do you mean?
Like,
you can't say that.
I mean, they're not murdered.
You can't say.
Oh, I can't say nothing.
You can't say. You gotta say unalive.
Do they have to make it all the way to the end?
What do you mean?
I can't even say the word. I don't know what else to say.
Why are you saying unalive? Like, why?
Because is this a decision?
You're saying that can they change their mind?
Exactly. Can they change their ways? Not just their mind, their ways. Could they have like a HOE phase, or are they just that way for life? You see what I'm saying?
That's what Akeem said. If she eventually grows out of being,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's a phase, then I'd rather the phase. If it's like, yo, this person is attracted to the same as he is, then that's a little different because it's like, look at Kanye. Like Kanye, I don't care what he does now, he's attached to that community forever because of his actions and what he did. So it's like, even if that's not his preference, he's still attached with that because of the act that he was doing for mad long. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think I would go with the promiscuous daughter, and hope that it wasn't forever and she got out of her ways. But that's crazy. That's a toughie though.
That is crazy.
I wouldn't want either.
Me neither. But if I had to choose, I'd rather that because of my reasons.
If she could grow out of it.
Yeah, she could grow out of it. She couldn't, and I don't know if I could choose either. But
because according to women, every woman has a 304 phase.
I don't think everyone, but it depends on how early they started being intimate with people, and was it a relationship or were they random hookups, where they one night stand? It depends on a lot of times if they have their father around and stuff like that. But some girls, even if they do have their father around, they still might end up being a 304. but it may be because of the people that they hang around. It might get influenced when you're young, and you see sometimes when kids can do peer pressure, and kids and the other kids may not be strong enough to like still have their own mind. They want to fit in, they want to be a part of the crowd, so they might do things just because like girl, it's time, you need to give it up. Like you the only one that's still repping the V sign, like that still has your cherry intact. So
I think discernment has to be taught, and that's usually the dad's role.
yeah, you definitely need to have discernment. You
Like,
definitely need to
real
talk to your
talk.
children about not just being reckless when it comes to that. I would like it to be you would wait till marriage, or at least wait until you get a commitment, like that. You're actually that's your and I still under a certain age. I don't think really anyone should be because it clouds your judgment. When you're under a certain age and you start having being intimate with people, doing playing leapfrog, like then your mind gets clouded. You begin to focus only on that. You're not thinking about your sometimes, but you're not thinking about your future and your what you're going to be and how you're going to provide for yourself when you become an adult. That begins to, and then you're bored, you're not doing nothing. If you're a kid, if you don't have a job or something, when you get out of school, you're bored, or on the weekends, then you start doing that all the time in your spare time. And you go through puberty at a certain age, you become a some people, they start watching corn, and it's when you're young like that, you have a heightened sense of everything. It's like it feels good, so you want to do it all the time. So I think under a certain age, that's kind of dangerous because that's how you end up going down that path of becoming a 304 because you like.
So you rather have the LGBT son?
No, I said neither.
She wasn't picking at all.
But you just really said you just would rather have the LGBT son.
I didn't say that.
Low key.
Good. Yeah, because you ain't
No,
give
you
that much
said
pushback on
right.
that. You
No, I
ain't give that much
gave a
pushback
whole
on that.
like
You
yeah.
definitely
No, I said
the
that
traumas
because
of a young lady.
no, because you said what makes no, because he said every woman
Yeah.
has a 304 stage, and I said
Yeah.
no, that's not necessarily true. It
Right.
depends on the girl, so that's what I was responding to. I wasn't
But
saying I already said neither one before that.
Yeah, you definitely see neither one, but it does.
And I know you don't like when I don't pick something.
I mean, it's
but
whatever.
I'm sorry, babes.
That's funny as well.
That probably sounded crazy. I just grunted. I'm old and fat, so I couldn't bend down to pick up something I dropped.
You gotta relax with this old and fat business.
We're
not even supposed to say fat.
Relax.
Relax.
How old
That's an F word.
do I look? I look like 55.
No, you are tweaking out. You look at least 30, 29, 30. Easily. Me and Smiley look like old men up here. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's all good, man.
It's all good. We distinguished.
That's how it is, man. You get to that point.
You feel me? Trying to get my grades in. Grades Anatomy.
I'm about to learn how to play golf. I'm gonna start fucking around. I'm about to learn
everybody in my job now how to
talking
play
about
that.
my hairline.
They can teach.
I gotta learn how to play golf, man. I gotta get out there. Man.
Yeah, we would be out there. Be competition to them boys. I'm
like,
like,
yo.
I put it on the books.
We can have our own. We can have our own drink, like an Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, that's hard.
We can have our own drink.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Kitty Cat, what are you doing to my boot? Why are you?
Master P just came out with a drink. He came out with a infused wine. Different flavors.
Don't eat the leather.
Seltzer. Something
not good
like that.
Shout out to Master P. He always coming out with something.
Yeah, yo.
He been a hustler since we knew him. Man.
He
inspirational, man.
He got cooking oil.
Mm-hmm.
He got rap snacks.
Right.
I think he was an EP on Growing Up Hip Hop, a reality show. He got a lot of stuff. He's still, I don't know if he's still doing the music thing, but he is definitely a businessman. Like,
He got
Shout out to
fucking
Master
cereal, chips.
And he involved in other people's
Sir.
careers. Like I don't hear. See, this is how discernment matters. I was signed to Master P before I would ever sign to Diddy. You see what I'm saying? It's like that's supposed to be standard in a young artist's mind coming up. It's like you have to have that discernment to know, okay, this is a good possible look because of what they do and what people say about them, versus this person, and you know this person is doing mad people dirty, and you know this person is, you know what I mean, letting the money get to his head. It's like, yo, like you have to use that discernment in everything in life, whether you dating, whether you're trying to get in the music industry and trying to build connections with people. It's like that discernment is gonna save your life, your career, everything.
That part. Y'all ready for some tea?
Uh-oh. I don't think I'm ready for that. I ain't gonna hold you.
We got a little bit of time for
and
some tea.
it's piping hot.
Yo, Piers Morgan had an interview with Suge Knight.
Oh,
I watched the whole thing.
Here we go.
You sound country, right?
Has anybody seen it?
Night with the S on
Suge
there.
Knights.
Has anyone seen it?
Grandma lotions.
Has anyone seen it?
I see.
No,
clips.
I haven't
I heard
seen
it.
it.
I heard it.
Enlighten us.
In
Yes. Let's talk about it. So,
Take them to church.
so
Go check
This-
with the mess.
this brings all of our stories together because somehow Suge Knight is the real Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin
Oh no.
of the hip hop underworld, bro.
He was. He definitely was though.
Bro,
He
from
definitely
the
was.
prison, like yo, filet
He still-
mignon dinners, like what kind of sentence is he playing? Tennis and squash?
The only people that I hear get that type
And
of lifestyle in
pinochle.
jail is the mafia, bro. That's the only people that I hear living that lifestyle, eating filet mignon.
He him.
Yeah, like people connected.
He him, but in any case, it's all public record.
Right.
He's in prison because of manslaughter. I can say that, right?
That's why
Man,
he's in
Probably
prison.
not.
Well, I'm sorry, YouTube. You guys got a lot of rules out. I'm trying to get good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Trying to get
man.
good.
You can't say nothing.
So in any case, hit somebody with a car, trying to get away because he said somebody was gonna shoot him. They had hits on him. He got receipts. He got recordings. He got this. He got that. They were supposed to take all the strikes away. He ended up getting time for this after he done beat something else. But now he doing interviews on CNN, on TMZ, on Law and Crime, on
About what though? Like
everything. He just know everything. He know everything. He
about
know
the Diddy situation?
he know that Diddy and Ray J were
Romantically involved?
his word was lovers.
Lovers. Not brothers, lovers.
His word was lovers.
Wow.
And Piers Morgan repeated it. Don't even try to play me with my Piers Morgan impression, but he was like, so Suge Knight, you're telling me
what we are.
that Diddy comes and Ray J were lovers.
And that nigga should.
He was like, I'm gonna say this.
Crazy.
I'm gonna say this.
Nah, I'm gonna say this. Now I'm gonna say this.
I'm gonna say this.
Lovers.
Bro, watch the interview. It's on YouTube. Yo, it's crazy because
I didn't see that, but I saw Ray J's response.
well,
Ray J's
I was
response
watching Ray J's
was
response
out
a little
of
bit,
pocket.
but then I had stuff to do, so I like.
Ray J's
Had
going
to-
through
had to
something
bounce.
right now. I don't know what's
feel
going on
like
with Ray J.
Ray J is
he
a part of the LG.
But he said
I
he
mean,
don't
he
want
got the
no
Gates
he don't want no beef
I ain't hear
with
about the
Diddy.
Gates
He
and
said
shit?
free
Yeah.
Diddy. He said
He said
all
he's
this other
not,
stuff.
but
Yeah,
just they're people.
he on
Yeah,
Diddy's
hires
side,
him.
bro.
Yeah.
He on Diddy's side.
Yeah, I mean, he probably, has to be. But all I'm saying is this. He's
then they
he's
said-
picking. You know what he's doing? He's taking the Orlando Brown route.
He said somebody tried to unalive him before, and then Pierce Morgan asked him about that. And
Wait,
he was
who?
like,
Who said that?
Ray J.
Oh.
And then he had went on live and said they just tried to unalive me, and or whatever. So he was like, so what? Who tried to do that? And he was like, I really can't talk about that because I don't want it to happen again. I don't want to relive that situation.
Wow, yeah.
So.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you risk your life doing whatever they was doing, and you know what I'm saying. And now it's all coming to the surface. And it's like, dang. Like, I feel bad for the victims, but I don't feel bad at the people that knew what was going on and chose not to say nothing, and knowing that there was people getting taken advantage of. Like, I understand that there was people like allegedly Cassie who was down for it as long as she got paid. But
so you don't think she was a victim?
As new evidence comes out, I think that she probably had victim moments, but as a whole, I think she was pretty sick too. And I gave you hints on it when we was talking about Kim, because that's what Kim was saying in the books, that she was laughing at the abuse that she was getting, and I believe Kim. Like, you know what I mean? I believe she wrote that book, and I believe that she was dead serious that Cassie was laughing at her when she was getting abused. So
she didn't say that in the book. That somebody else said that she was laughing at Kim. That wasn't in the book. Not the one that I remember. Somebody did come out and say that they seen Cassie laughing at Kim. But I forgot who it was that said that.
She didn't say nothing about Cassie in that book?
There were some people names that were not
that
were hidden.
Yeah.
So they would be talking about people, but
I'm almost positive that she had something to say about Cassie. Even if she disguised her name or whatever she had to do, I'm almost positive that maybe I wouldn't know if they like each other. I wouldn't even go as far as to say that, but certain freak offs and certain activities, I could see Diddy getting off on incorporating his old and his new. Like, look, I can have both of them at the same time. It's nothing. You see what I'm saying? So I'll just say that activity wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, man, like, discernment of character is everything. Like,
yo, a lot of people said this. Like, Diddy had everybody, all the women that you fantasized about, everybody's favorite hot girl.
He had Nunu, bro.
Allegedly.
I believe it. He had Mary. Mary is fire. Mary is still fire. You know what I mean? He had her allegedly. Like, I don't know, man. Like, did he?
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah. Can I see that?
Mary J. Blige over.
Yeah, but she could still get it. Very bad, yo. I see her recently. I was like, yo, she killed him. I don't know if she had any work done. It don't look like it though.
Yeah, I don't think she got anything.
I don't think she just right.
Shanti has put on a lot of weight after that baby, and she's still
Yeah, Diddy is that a fish.
Oh, what do y'all think about the new John Wick?
Ballerina.
Oh, it's about if Keanu Reeves ain't in it, I'm probably not going to check.
I think he's gonna be in it. I think he got a cameo with it.
It's a spin-off. Yeah, it's a
I don't
story
like spin-offs,
within.
So yeah, I don't like that. The only one that worked.
If it's the same director,
it looked good from the trailer.
Cause he's using all the same elements.
Of the what's the name?
They were trained in the same. What did you say?
Where he came from. He was like in
what is it called?
The Assassin Joint?
Belarus or something.
I don't know.
No, what is that place where they go? That they can't do nothing on those grounds.
Yeah, the assassins.
Something with a C.
What do you call it? Consigliere. Consignment. I don't know. I forgot. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
And then they made a show called that too, like a short series.
That's what I was talking about. Like I can't. Like the only one I liked was Loki for a little bit, and then it started getting weird.
Oh, series.
Yeah, I like the Loki series. I felt like his story is wild. Like in mythology, like his story is wild. Like
He it made him more interesting because in the MCU he wasn't really that interesting.
He was just a regular bad guy.
Series,
yeah, exactly.
they gave more depth to him when they made him like in control of time and all that.
100%.
That's crazy. That's a lot of power.
That is a lot.
Time is mad power.
This nigga was so egotistical. He fell in love with himself in a different version. The female version of himself. He fell in love with her. I was like, yo, that's crazy.
That really is some shit. Like, that's quotable. Time is power.
That lineage has been all fucked up. It's like your grandma and your grandpa was a clone. Like I don't know. Like that's wild.
They got rid of Khan.
They got rid of who?
Khan, King.
I was like, who the hell is Khan?
Did Jamie Foxx? Did you hear anything about Jamie Foxx today?
No. I didn't hear anything about Jamie Foxx today. And I feel like that would have been top news if anything happened to Jamie today specifically. So yeah, we're not gonna go off that.
And other news, Gene Deal allegedly knocked out a YouTuber.
That's hilarious.
I guess. And
shout out to Gene Deal,
yo.
Say what you want. You ain't gonna run up on him.
He said he's been harassing him during the trial. So I guess they were outside the courthouse. But what I don't get is how the heck were you able to do that without getting arrested?
Did he get arrested? I thought he did get arrested.
Did he?
I thought he did. I'm not sure if he did, but I thought he did because he was right outside the courthouse.
Yeah, he had to. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cameras, all type of stuff.
Cameras, you're at the courthouse.
Yeah, you're at the courthouse. Cops is right there. Yeah, you're right. Right. They ain't coming outside though. That's probably procedure. Like if they came outside and then the real bad guys rush in, then what? They can't come outside.
That's crazy.
They gotta snitch from the door.
Come on, Gene. You gotta do better, man.
I know why you did that.
The CIA probably.
The CIA.
Or the music industry people. Somebody asked who killed MJ, who unalived MJ.
The government. Swoops.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, it's definitely conspiracy. Shout out to MJ. Yeah. We're not gonna say that though.
Right.
Yes, he is. I mean, yeah, man. We love our brothers and sisters out here. We trying to see more families that look like us, more representation in the live form. But it's hard because like there's literally forces that's trying to put us against each other, right? And we gotta watch out for that. The only cure of that is discernment of character. So we gotta do our jobs, fellas, ladies. You know what I'm saying?
What do y'all think about President Trump pardoning famous Chicago gang? I don't think you can say that either. Leader Larry Hoover, who has been in prison since 1973. But let's be clear, he gave him a federal pardon. So
it's still not for the
allocated to the state level, so they can.
I think it don't matter. I think if you're still gonna be locked up forever, during the state, then he just put the heat on the state, but the state not gonna do anything unless he still has that power in the state. Now, if he still has some power in the state, which would be tough because he's locked up. But what I mean, there's a lot of young kids right now that's repping his gang or saying, what I mean, his terminology that he started. Mm-hmm. So it depends on how much power he still has from the jail. You know what I'm saying? Certain people have power, like you said. Like if Suge Knight,
he could stop a lot of deleting.
Right, and if Suge Knight is eating filet mignon, and you know what I'm saying, he still has some power to do that, cause that's tough. Jail food is trash. So I've heard. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Maybe doing the cookouts.
Mm-hmm. Cookouts is crazy. Yeah.
Do you think that women are rude? Like, how do you feel? Do you think that, like, when you approach a woman, mm-hmm. has anyone ever been just nasty to you, or like?
Yeah, there's been times, but you gotta have good discernment of character. It's like some ladies give you hints that they like you, right? And you, as a man, you should walk up to the woman that's staring, that's smiling at you, that, you know what I mean? Because she's giving you, yeah, exactly. She's giving you those signals like, hey, you got the green light. I want you to come talk to me, type. You know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. If a woman is like standoffish and she not paying you no mind, and you know what I mean, then that might not be the woman for you. Us as men, we go for what we like, but sometimes we gotta go for what likes us. So you know what I'm saying? We gotta be the ones that look for those access points and use them wisely.
So no cold approach. You gotta look at the choose.
The cold approach is the girl that's looking first. That's the cold approach. If she doesn't look at you, then don't approach.
No, the cold approach is if she don't have, it's not showing no choosing signals, and you just go up because you like her.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a bad move. Because you're gonna push yourself in this.
Like if she looks at you and y'all meet eyes, and then she turns away.
She gotta show some type of interest. Again.
Don't be bold.
Yeah, exactly. She gotta show some type of interest.
Don't be too bold.
Yeah, it's gonna take some bravery. You know what I mean? Because you could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Right. She could be looking at somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But as long as you feel like you got a shot, then take that shot. Me? Exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. I want to talk about something. This might be a controversial topic, but I've seen it a lot, and I'm starting to get worried for Black families as a whole, right? There's a lot of women that are good women, great women, right? On the surface level, at least. That they have a lot of children, right? Now, having a lot of children means that you're going to have to, if you're going to be in this woman's life, you're not just choosing her, you're choosing these children too, as well, right? Mm-hmm. So the problem that I'm having is a lot of these women are like, all right, well, I choose to be single and I find what's right for me by God, and I respect that. I think that's honorable. But I think there's some delusion in there as well. And there has to be the reality that, all right, because I have so much baggage and attachments, it has to be deserved that I have this opportunity that a guy is gonna really want to be with me, type shit, right? Because I don't think that's the mindset. I think the mindset is just straight up like, well, what's gonna be for me is gonna be for me, and I'm not gonna trip up and worry about it. But it's like that's the same mentality as like, oh, you're gonna be a millionaire because you don't do anything special. You're just gonna be a millionaire. but it got to be the trajectory. You got to see, you know what I mean? Okay, the growth. I started from here and then I moved up to here, or I moved up to here. Like, if we didn't have no growth in the music, then why would we do the music? You see what I'm saying? We can't go from, or you could, but like, why would you? You can't go from the bottom level one year and then 5 years down the line, you're still at the same level. You know what I'm saying? You have to advance with everything that you do. And I feel like in a lot of women, I'm not saying every woman, but in a lot of women's mind, they feel that just because they have the baggage of children specifically, like more than two children specifically with other men, they think that they're still valid for um a good guy that is willing to take care of everybody. Do you think that's realistic, or do you think that is a bit of delusion? Question for both of y'all.
What was the question?
The question is, do you believe that a woman that believes that if she has a whole bunch of kids, more than two, right? If she has more than two kids, is it a little bit of delusion to think that she can find a man that's going to want to take care of her and all of her kids? Or do you think that it is totally normal, and that's, you know what I mean, she should think that she deserves whatever she feel like she deserves?
Or it's only delusional if you think you're gonna get a certain type of man. You could might be able to find a man, but
Yeah, but
it
you're
may not be the one that you think you deserve. That's the delusional part.
Exactly.
Because you gotta be what he wants too.
Exactly. And I don't think the focus is on that, because it's like you don't never see any focus on that. You see what I'm saying? The focus is the niggas is the problem. Like, my choices were the problem, but it's the guys that are the problem. And it's like it starts from the acknowledgement of where you're fucking up, where you're messing up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's like it's never that. It's just strictly like, oh, I had to, distance myself from everything. And but like sometimes you do have to distance yourself. I'm not saying you don't have to distance yourself from drama or anything that disrupts your peace, but you learn from everything. And if you can't learn how to advance in a relationship, if you were in a relationship and you go to another relationship and it was just like your last relationship, then you're not learning anything. Then now you got to change your approach. You know what I mean? Because it's starting to go like I'm trying to preserve the black family. The black family isn't gonna get preserved when people don't acknowledge they're wrong when they're wrong. You see what I'm saying? When people don't exactly when people don't acknowledge they need help and they don't say they need help. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you have to you have to really, like, if you care, then it's easy to show you care. And I just feel like self-preservation is a motherfucker, man. Like, regardless, there's so, like, I'll go online and I get triggered on how many people are still defending the Meg over Tory situation.
Facts.
How many women are still defending, oh, Cassie is a victim.
Black family need a lot more fathers.
100%. And it's like, yo, it's getting to the point where it's like, yo, I don't even like. But then that might be a good thing, that I don't want to go on social media no more, because it's just like all I'm gonna see is this and this and this, and then see how people are defending it. It's like, yo, it's really a war on our spirituality or our morality, and it's like it's obvious they really putting us against each other, and nobody wins if everybody is against each other. So it's like, man, that's just a wild notion that I'm starting to realize, bro. We're being set up. We're being duped. We got hoodwinked, bamboozled even. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is crazy, bro. But we about to cut out soon, because I'm trying to make it too late. I need to be early tomorrow. See, guys, I get up here early sometimes.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. This is another episode of Get Lifted. 30 is the new 20. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time we post or go live. I'm La Hefa, the boss.
CrisxmasOD, the general.
SmileyJizzle. And we out, y'all.
More weed every day.